What is going on, everybody? It's your boy, I am King J, back in the building, finally making my return to content creation. That's right, we're here with Madden 22. Gonna be a big time hype for me. I'm planning on finally getting back to a regular recording and streaming. Maybe not so much streaming, but mostly recording and putting out content for you guys. I'm excited to finally be able to do so. So without further ado, here we are, the first main franchise of the year. As you can see, it will be the Atlanta Falcons, and it hurts a little bit because I got to use I'm using the Falcons, and I'm a Saints fan. But I thought, what better team to really start with and get going here with. So as some of you guys may know, we do have a lot of talent on this team, and also this is going to be a franchise up until... my game plan is I would like this franchise to be winding up at the time that the new scouting update for Madden 22 actually drops. EA actually just recently pushed it back. It was supposed to be the end of September, which is coming up in a couple weeks. But now it's looking more like it's going to be closer to the middle to end of October, more than likely. So we got about a month or so to kind of get this series done. I'm excited for this series. So the reason I chose the Falcons is because of one man, Kyle Pitts. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use a custom coach. Yeah, we'll go with this one. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and use a custom coach, and I'm super excited for this. I think it has a lot of potential. A couple things that I'm going to be addressing with the roster I will show you guys here in a minute. But I'm really excited for this. I think that we have a lot of potential with this series, and it's a really good series to kind of hang our hat on the start of the year. We are going to be running the Cliff Kingsbury offense, that spread offense that I really enjoy running. Also, we're going to be running the New Orleans Saints defense. Or actually, you know what? We're going to run the, it's still a 4-3. We're going to run the Robert Saleh defense. We're going to run that. League settings, all Madden. I'm not the best at this Madden yet. I'm still learning a lot of it, but we're going to figure it out as we go, and hopefully it ends up being a phenomenal year for us on Madden. 10 minutes, I feel like, gives us the best stats. If I feel like it's too overpowered, we will change it. But we'll see how that goes to start off. Everything else looks good. So, alright guys, that's us. And we're going to go ahead and get into this. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what exactly this is going to look like. So first off, let's go ahead and look at the lineup, and I want to get into some of the roster details with you guys. So here's what I'm looking at as far as this team goes. Of course, like I said, we have Kyle Pitts, who I'm so excited to use. Just a monster. 91 speed, 92 acceleration, 84 catching. This dude is a phenomenal freak of nature. Can't wait to get him going and get using him. Of course, we have Calvin Ridley as our number one receiver. Alabama product. A speedster. I think he's going to be really good as a number one. I'm excited to see what he can really do in that position. So, of course, 93 speed, 93 acceleration. Really good route running. Catching 89. He should be here pretty much the entire time. We'll see how it goes. We have Russell Gage. A lot of SEC products on this team, which I like to see. But, of course, the LSU wide receiver Russell Gage has a decent little chance of becoming our number two. I more see him as a slot receiver, more so than a number two. But this season, he will be our number two, and we'll give him a chance. If he shows up and shows out, then he will be that for the remainder of this team. Of course, we have Matt Ryan at quarterback. Now, I'm thinking that we're going to end up trading Matt Ryan. either in the off season, maybe even before the season, like in the middle of the season. We do have Josh Rosen backing him up, and I don't plan on Josh Rosen honestly getting that opportunity with us. I do like Josh Rosen, but he's not the type of quarterback I want in a spread offense. I want a mobile quarterback, so we're going to look to try and make that happen. Looking towards the running back situation, we have Mike Davis. Showed a lot of potential in Carolina last season when he came in for the injured Christian McCaffrey. Hard-nosed runner, runs between the tackles pretty well. Ought to be pretty good for us. But honestly, I don't know if we have our running back for the future. I like Wayne Gallman a lot. I think he is going to be our number 2. I could see him getting into that number 1 mix if Mike Davis doesn't produce, but I do think we might be looking for a running back in the draft. Turning to the offensive line, we have Jake Matthews heading it out, 29 years old, star dev. We're going to be looking to probably upgrade him sooner rather than later. Matt Hennessy's a center that I really liked coming out of Temple last year. I'm excited to see if we can develop him and really make something run with him. We have Chris Lindstrom, another young guard, who I think is going to be our staple piece at right guard. I think he'll be good enough to really hold on right there. I do think we will be trying to upgrade Caleb McGarry in the next couple of years. I just don't think he is that guy for us. So we'll see. Behind Kyle Pitts, we have Hayden Hurst. Hayden Hurst has got a rough rap because he just always seems to get stuck behind a really, really good tight end. But I think he's a high-end tight end, too, for us. So I think we're going to keep him and see what happens, see if maybe we can run him a little bit, maybe even run him at fullback a little bit here and there. So we'll see how that goes. We'll keep an eye on it, but not really sure what we want to do with Hayden Hurst yet. Now, turning our eye to the defense, and this is where I'm actually going to change something. We're running that Robert Saleh defense, and that's a 4-3 defense. So let's go ahead and get that out of the way now. We're going to move it into a 4-3 Tampa 2 defense. And there it is. So we got the 4-3 Tampa 2. And that means we're going to have to move some positions around and things like that. So I'll be right back once we get those positions moved around. Alright guys, we're back here with the defense now. Looking at the defense, I'm excited for our defense, honestly. There's a couple pieces that I really want to get better for, but we're going to start with what I think is our premier player, obviously, in Grady Jarrett. Grady Jarrett's a monstrous defensive tackle, 90 overall superstar, 91 strength, 92 block shedding, power moves off the chain, play rec tackle. This guy is going to be a monster for us. Super excited for Grady Jarrett. He's only 28. So he's 28 years old. We'll have him for at least a couple years. We'll see how his regression and stuff goes. Behind him or next to him, we have Marlon Davidson. He was a rookie last year, second-year man out of Auburn. Star dev. Super excited for him as well. He's not as strong, but good block shedding, really good toughness. I think he has the potential to really develop into a really good run stuffer for us. So we'll see how he develops, and hopefully he develops really well. On the ends, we have Dante Fowler, who former 4th overall pick, I believe, by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Guy that I really used to like him. I was really high on him coming out of college. I would love to see him be able to really turn it around here. He had a really good year with the Rams one year, and then he kind of came to Atlanta and fizzled out again. So we'll see how he does. If he doesn't produce, then we will look to move on from him, obviously. Now, on the other end is where it gets kind of really like just a who do you really have type of thing. We have Taquan Graham here, who's young, but he's really more of a 3-4 in than he is a 4-3 in. So we do have Brandon Copeland, who will be starting there as of right now. We'll look to see what we can do with him there. Hopefully, like I said, I think this year is going to be more of a develop the young guys on the defensive end, especially up front. So We're going to be looking for Marlon Davidson to really develop well, and we're going to hope Dante Fowler can really have a resurgence at that left-hand spot. Now, moving on to the linebacking core, we have these two guys right here, Deion Jones, Foyesade Olakun. I always forget how to pronounce his name, but this is a guy, third-year man out of Yale, star dev, 90 speed, 89 acceleration, 84 tackle. This guy is another one of those he's an athlete. Same thing with the guy in the middle, the guy heading up that linebacking core, Mr. Deion Jones. Right now, he is a little underrated, I feel, or a real little undervalued at a star, but I think he'll get that superstar depth trade back with ease. He's only 26 years old. This is our guy. Like, him and Grady Jarrett are a real building piece, but this is like our building block of the defense. He's our guy in the middle. I expect him to play a huge role on this team. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully, he really does well for us. We have next to them too, Michael Walker, second-year man out of Fresno State. Not quite the athlete the other two are. I'm going to try him there this year. I'm hoping he really just comes on strong and as a weak side linebacker can really just make tackles and help as a run stopper. That's my hope for him. So we'll see what happens. At the safety position, Richie Grant, rookie safety out of UCF, 87 speed, 92 acceleration. His coverages aren't the best and his tackling isn't the best, but he'll develop it. Hit power, insane. This is like your prototype. They call him a zone safety, but I think he's more of the hybrid safety role in my opinion. I like this guy. I really liked it when they drafted him in the offseason, so I think he's going to be a good development piece on us, so we're going to watch how he develops. On the other side of him, we do have Duron Harmon at the moment. Now, Duron Harmon is a guy that I'm not planning on keeping around long term. He is 30 years old. We will see what his contract looks like, and we might even look to trade him. He might be part of a trade piece. You never know. At cornerback, we have a young cornerback room for the most part, headlined by A.J. Terrell with that star dev. I think he could be a number one corner. Do I think he'll ever be as good as like a Jalen Ramsey, a Marcus Peters, a Marlon Humphrey? Honestly, I don't. But I think he could be in that second tier of corner behind guys like that where we see a lot of different guys flourish, kind of like a young AJ Bouye or anybody of that nature. I think he could really perform on that type of level. So I'm looking forward to the second year of AJ Terrell's career. He was their first round pick in the 2020 NFL draft. So we got that. On the other side of him, we have Fabian Morrow coming over from the Washington football team. 93 speed, 93 acceleration. He's another young corner. Ideally, I'd like for him to end up becoming our slot corner after the next couple years. I don't think the ones behind him will necessarily be the ones that will take his spot because I like Kendall Sheffield, but I think he's a dime corner at best. And Isaiah Oliver, I think the same is like more of that backup slot corner, dime corner mold. So I just don't see them two guys really coming into their own on this team, but I would love to be proved wrong. But I think Fabian Morrow could be a really good high-end slot corner for us if we can draft or sign a corner on the opposite side of Terrell. So Terrell can, and honestly, I wouldn't even be opposed if we can get a premier corner, Terrell being a number two. I think as a number two, Terrell is a perfect number two cornerback for us going forward. So that's our defense. Really excited with it. Obviously, we have Cordero Patterson, so he'll be doing our kick returns. And yeah, Kendall Sheffield will be running the slot corner this season. This is where it gets, we don't really have a number three receiver. And that's where I get kind of worried, but I'm actually going to make Wayne, he doesn't have the best catching stats, but he is a little quicker, so I'm going to make Wayne Gallman a third round back. I do want him to get a little bit of playing time. We have Dante Fowler here. I forgot. So we do have Ogundiji from Notre Dame. He was the other guy on the opposite linebacking spot of Owusu Koromo, I believe. Whenever Owusu was on the outside. He's really underrated. I wouldn't mind getting him some playing time, but I doubt we'll actually end up using him. He might just develop into a really solid backup, to be honest. So we're going to run it with that, though. That's going to be our specialist units. I'm really excited for these two at linebacker, and that's in this 4-3 scheme. So, as I said, we're going to put Matt Ryan on the trade block. I don't think he's in our future. I don't see us being able to win in the time frame that we're going to be allotted with Matt Ryan. And by doing that, we are going to go look at the free agent market and see if maybe we can sign a quarterback to compete with Josh Rosen. Because I don't want to give the starting spot to Josh Rosen. I want him to compete. I don't want to kind of like Eric. Don't really want Cam Newton, even though he would fit our scheme for this year. RG3, Matt Barkley, Jake Fromm. So down here we get just to the point where it's really in Madden and not worth playing. I wouldn't mind Robert Griffin III coming in and being that challenger, but I also like the idea of Cam Newton. We can get him for only $6 million. He would be, honestly, probably end up being our QB1. I think he'd easily be the starter over Josh Rosen. We basically do what the Patriots did with him last year and use him as our layover quarterback. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring in Cam Newton, and I wish they would let me. Will they let me do it now? No, I can't. I'm going to end up actually making Colin Kaepernick a punter just because he's really overrated on Madden for no reason, and I don't want him here. I didn't mean to go out of that just yet, though. Another move I want to make is I want to bring in a legit slot receiver, or even a receiver to go on the outside and let our slot receiver end up being what I was saying with Russell Gage. And there's a couple guys up here I really like. Dante Pettis, Steven Sims being the two primary options I see early. Deshaun Hamilton isn't a bad option. So looking at this and just looking around, the guy that I wouldn't mind bringing in just to kind of be our slot corner and be a guy that I think could be very, very good for us in the as a slot corner, or as a slot receiver, I mean. We're gonna go with Steven Sims. He is like a legit slot corner or slot receiver. So 91 speed, 93 acceleration, decent route running, solid catching. Nothing too crazy, but I think he's just good enough that he'll make a difference on this team, and I think we'll see that early. So that is gonna be what we sign there. And like I said, I do want to move Hayden Hurst to tight end or to fullback. I think he'll just get more playing time. I think he'll be a better fit there. So, and because of that, we are going to need a backup. Tim Tebow. We're going to need a backup tight end. I would like Thad Moss, but I don't know. I mean, I do like Kenny Yeboah out of Ole Miss. He's another speedster type tight end. Could be solid. I think we need I like having a fullback because I do like to throw that check down to my fullback a lot. I don't hate the idea of a Kelvin Benjamin or Jordan Matthews signing. What do they have at fullback? Just out of curiosity. Ben Mason. Ooh, Ben Mason out of Michigan. You know what? Let's keep our tight ends how we got them. Let's bring in Ben Mason. Let's bring in a legit starting caliber fullback. He's a rookie. Give him a shot. Let's give the young man a shot and see what happens. That's our running back options. Kerryon Johnson would be a young running back that we might look to in the future if our running back core is that bad. I don't think they will be, but we'll see. Is there anything that I would rather have, or anybody I'd rather have on the squad other than that? I don't really think so. I'm good at corner. Kerryon Conley could be a good number 2 to let Fabian Morrow run the slot, or even vice versa. I don't hate that. We'll come back to that. Here's another one we'll come back to. I don't really think... Is there any other edge rushers? I think that's what I really want. I want an edge rusher. Bernard McKinney. That's interesting. I want an edge rusher that I can trust to maybe have a shot at being something, to be honest. I mean, Ziggy Ansah was a beast back in the day. I don't hate Jabari Zuniga. I think he's better than what we have, obviously, and another SEC guy. He doesn't have the best, like, rushing stats, but physically, like, as a physical just athlete, he is pretty good. We'll bring him in and give him a shot. I think he's better than Copeland off of the bat. Maybe not overall wise. I think Copeland's 72, he's a 70. But I think he'll be a good overall just option for us there. We are going to sim the preseason. So I'll get to that here in just 1 second. We're going to bump Jabari Zuniga to the top of that list. And we're going to go in and make him. So I'm going to go put Zuniga up there, and then I'm going to sim the preseason. If anything important happens, I'll come back to you guys, and I'll holler at you guys soon in the middle of or at the end of the preseason. All right, guys, we are back here. So, sim the first week of the preseason, and we have an improved rookie meeting. So, we'll see what this is about. I haven't really messed with this franchise too much yet, so it's intriguing to see. We took Chris Lindstrom in the first round thinking we would be a big piece up front for years. He's a little raw, but okay. Pass blocking, yeah. I want everybody to have pass blocking up. I don't know why this started playing music all of a sudden. I hope you guys aren't hearing this. But... Alright. So Chris Lindstrom upgraded some pass blocking, which I really like. I'm really excited for. So I'll be right back with you guys if anything else happens. Alright, guys. We're here in the last week of the preseason. We have to cut 10 players, but before we do that, we do have trade offers for Matt Ryan. So let's see where we will be sending the 36-year-old quarterback next year. I do want to send him somewhere where it makes sense. So obviously not a New England, because they really don't make too much sense. Or a Miami. Pittsburgh, do they really want to go from Ben Roethlisberger, who's older, to Matt Ryan, who's older? I don't know. This one isn't intriguing. I want to see what Lemieux's dev trade is before I accept that offer, though. So if we go to the Giants, they offered less. He's a rookie, I believe, as well. Or he's second-year guy. So Shane Lemieux, he's probably going to be a normal. Yeah, he's a normal. I don't feel like he's really that much better than Mayfield. I don't really like those options. I'm going to be honest, guys. We're going to wait probably until we'll try again. We'll send to week 1 and try again. Let's cut our 10 players first. And this is where things get tricky. What do we want to do? All right, so we're going to cut quarterbacks because we really don't need 5 quarterbacks on the roster, 4 quarterbacks, whatever it is. How much do we save? Or how much is it? Oh, my Lord, yeah. Penalty of 6, 7 less. Yeah, it's easier to just trade him. We're going to be in the cap hit for getting rid of him regardless, so... Keith Smith can get cut. At wide receiver, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll keep all 7. All right, we can cut these 2 guys because they're really not going to ever see any potentially touch the field. So we'll cut one of the backup tackles, one of these backup guards. Good at center. I forgot we have DeMar Dotson. Or we might have signed. The game must automatically sign him. I didn't try to sign him. I don't know. We'll cut Jonathan Bullard. We don't need that many ends. I'm gonna keep all of those guys. Keep all of those. Keep them. Keep them. Keep them. Alright, so we can cut Avery Williams. We'll keep Darren Hall and TJ Green and company. Good there. Good there. Are there any extra kickers or anything on the roster I don't know about? No. We got to cut one more player. We were going to keep that extra receiver, but we're going to cut Christian Blake. So that's our 10 cuts. We will advance the week, and we're going to see if anybody else offers us any more trades for Matt Ryan. Hopefully we do get something new offered. Let's see. It's going to be the same ones. Washington football team, Philly. So the only way I see Philly doing this is if they're willing to give up on Jalen Hurts. Washington. The thing is, I mean, is it worth getting rid of Matt Ryan just to... Because what can you really get for Matt Ryan at this point? That's the question. Because he's 36. He's really not going to get much. I think a third round's too much. I wouldn't mind a fourth, but... We're going to try sending him to the Washington football team for a 4th round pick. I think they went with the veteran quarterback, obviously, with... sorry, excuse me, but they went with the backup quarterback, or I keep saying backup quarterback. They went with the veteran quarterback in, these guys that I want to actually do. They can all just get auto. They went the veteran quarterback in Fitzmagic, obviously, Ryan Fitzpatrick. So I think we can safely assume that they're trying to win now. The question becomes, do they have a better chance to win with Matt Ryan or with Ryan Fitzpatrick? So, like, if we go Matt Ryan, I just want a 4th round pick for him. I don't want nothing crazy. He's going to hit our cap regardless. So, but I would like... That's an intriguing option now. Denver could be in the market for him. I think he is going to be a better option for them than Teddy Bridgewater would be. They do have the pieces to try and think that their quarterback would be the last thing they need. And we can get Natane. If we can get Natane Moody, I'll take it. I would take Natane Moody for that. And there it is. Done deal. So we get a young left guard. We do have Mayfield. And I'm kind of sorry for having to bench the rookie already before he ever gets a chance to show me what he's going to do. But I don't see him. So let's go ahead and set our opening day lineups and see what happens. So we're looking at Cam Newton starting at quarterback. Steven Sims, like I said, we brought him in. DeMar Dotson, he can start at right tackle since the game automatically brought him in. Or no, I want McGarry. I don't like either of them, but I'd rather McGarry. He's younger. He might have a chance to develop. So that's our defense. I like that. I like this look on defense. It's really young. Deron Harmon is what he is, but what is Hawkins? Jalen Hawkins. Oh, okay, out of Cal. I remember him. Okay, he was a draft pick last year or undrafted last year. One of the two. He was late. Either way. So going into specialists, yeah, we'll let Russell Gage run that. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. We're gonna change that. Yeah, Russell Gage is gonna be on the outside. But I like the look of this team. I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. I do want to look and see if maybe any young options got cut before we... And we're going to end this episode before week 1. I'll play week 1 in the next episode. But I do want to take one more look at free agency, see if anybody that is worth really picking up got cut. Maybe a young option. I don't see anybody here yet. Let's see. No fullbacks. I'm good at wide receiver. Josh Gordon, welcome back. Don't really want to learn wide receiver. I think I'm good at wide receiver. Good there. I'm gonna look through these just in case somebody catches my eye. I doubt they will though. Don't really need depth there. Good at ends, I think. Linebackers I'm happy with at the moment, to be honest. I don't see any reason to rush a linebacker when we have really solid linebackers. Like I said, I would love to run Fabian Moreau at the slot. If I did that, though, I'd have to bring in like a Jimmy Smith. Nah, we're gonna run with what we got at the corner for now and see what happens. Good at safety. I don't want none of them safeties. I do want a better punter. Do we have any good punters in free agency or anybody really worth picking up? We'll bring in Britton Colquitt for a year. Why not? He's better than we had. We had like a 63 overall punter, and I really didn't like that. So we'll bring him in, and that'll be our signing for the year, or for now. We'll go cut the punter we had, but yeah, I think at the end of the day, I think we really are. I think we're set up to. I don't think we're going to be a big win team this year by any means, but we'll do our opening day key to victory. So they want to know what we think is going to help us win this week, and I think it's going to be stifling defense, containing and just smothering Jalen Hurts. Yes, for the Philadelphia Eagles will be big. And yeah, like I was saying, just shutting down Jalen Hurts. I don't see them really leaning on Miles Sanders to beat us. I think it's going to be a Jalen Hurts week. So there it is, guys. That is episode 1. Oh, we already traded him. But that is episode 1. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm so excited to get this series underway. Can't wait. We will be back. You should see the first game tomorrow, the day after this is posted. So, love you guys. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day. Till next time, I am King J, and I am signing off.